folks, it's the Red, getting back to Let's Play Shantae, Risky's Revenge. We just got done with the first labyrinth and got ourselves the first magic seal. And now we need to start making our way to the second area. We also managed to get a hold of a new transformation, and we can use that to claim a few more goodies here in the Tangled Forest. So we're going to go ahead and take care of that as well. I'd also like to take out as many enemies as I can before I make my way back to town, because there are plenty of things I'd like to buy. But I'll try and do most of my gem grinding off camera. Still, I'll take them where I can. Anyway, our first secret is down here in the down one area. Again, if you use the map, you can get an idea of where you need to go and where you need to be. Use monkey form, and we can get past this tree stump that is otherwise unpassable as a human. Break open this jar, and we have another magic jelly. Back to monkey form real quick. And now we can make our way in this direction. The next secret is down one more screen. We'll need monkey form for this room. Go all the way to the right, climb up the side of this tree, and there will be another treasure chest right below. More delicious jelly! Okay, that about covers all the secrets for the Tangled Forest area for now. So let's start making our way back towards Scuttletown. I'd like to see if I can bust one more goblin, though. Here's one. There we go. Okay. Now if we go in this direction, here is the warp pedestal. Is it morning already? Take a look around, buddy. Okay, time to clock in. Warp twins are on the job. If you want to be transported, just ask me at any time, and I'll warp you to my bro. Warp pedestals always work in pairs. Direct connections, got it? So don't ask me to warp to some other pedestal. That was always kind of weird, because you can warp to any pedestal in the Steam version, so I guess it was just a feature that they decided to take out from the 3DS. Alright, we've made it back to the Lilac Fields, and we're one screen away from Scuttletown. Now that we can become a monkey, we can jump up here with no problem. And inside the chest is a heart holder. So now we have a 4-heart life bar, which is swell. Alright, we've made it back to town, and it's time to do a little bit of shopping. Hey there, buddy. Got all sorts of stuff I want to buy. Now, pay attention to the menu as I'm selecting things. When I buy the Fireball, suddenly the Spitfire is now available. This one requires one of our magic jams and 50 gems, but we're not going to take that just yet. Let's also go ahead and get the Pike Ball, and now the Super Pike Ball is available. And we'll also get a Storm Puff, and now let's start putting some of our magic jelly to work. First with this magic fill, which will automatically refill our magic bar over time. And we'll also get the silky cream, which will let us whip our hair a little faster. Okay. So, a quick demonstration of each item. You select it on the bomb screen, and then use it with the R button. All of these things can be used to deal additional damage to enemies as you are hair whipping them. These aren't meant to replace the hair whip or anything. Merely, they are to help you defeat enemies faster. And trust me, it will be quite helpful once we get to the next area. And so, whenever you're wondering where you need to go next, you should seek out some of Shantae's friends who are always found throughout Scuttletown. Wrench spotted a tent while flying over the desert. Maybe you should check it out. Yes, all of Shantae's friends will tell you, hey, head on over to the desert, that's where you need to go next. But if you go to the desert, then the person you meet over there will just direct you back to this area. So we're going to save a little bit of time and go straight to where we need to first. So, heading off into the northwest area of Scuttletown, we'll pass by Shantae's lighthouse, roughly over where we found Sky's egg before. But now that we can become a monkey, we can jump up the wall. Some free gems here. Continue to the left, and you will make it to the Polyp Bay. It's a good idea to stick with monkey form while you go through this area, because there are a lot of death pits here. Well, not really death pits, but pits you don't want to go jumping into because they stink of death. Case in point. Anyway, usually, if you're jumping towards one of these walls but don't quite land on top of it, you can sometimes save yourself by clinging onto the side of it. And stop doing that! If you're not clumsy like me, then this part really isn't too bad. But this is probably the most platform-intensive section in the game. We'll just wait for that one to come back around. What I should have done at the very beginning. Now we'll jump across. That cave there we can't really do anything in just yet, but we'll check that out later. And no problem. Hey, safe guy. Here, just time your jump so that you're not jumping into a crab as you get across this bridge. And it's already over. Here's another warp pedestal, but we'll need to find the other one before we can actually make use of it. And here are some more free gems. And if we continue to the left, here's Mayor Scuttlebutt below another jar of magic jelly. Alright, Scuttlebutt, what do you got going on over here?
Oh, the genie. I suppose you're still angry with me.
Well, that's putting it lightly.
Word has spread. Now that the Risky Boots is plotting revenge, Sequin Land Palace is afraid to send wagons. Without our fishing trade, Scuttletown's all washed up. I was hoping not to resort to this, but here.
And the mayor gives us the town deed. Wait, what? What's this? The deed to Scuttletown?
A wealthy man from beyond the wastelands has been pressuring me to sail the town. I resisted, of course, but now his offer is the only hope for our people. So after much thought, I decided to turn the reins over to him. Life will never be the same, but at least Scuttletown will be provided for.
There has to be some other way.
Oh, if only there was. But I fear that making a tiny profit on the town moments before it's obliterated is my only solution. Please honor my request as a final act of service. Find the Ammo Baron and give him this deed.
And so now, we need to make our way to the desert and go seek out the Ammo Baron. But we already saw all the stuff that I had to go through to get here, and we will have to go through it all to get back. So I'll jump cut back to Scuttletown, and I'll see you in a minute. And we're back at the Scuttletown area. So before we actually make our way back towards the desert, which is to the southwest of town, we need to go shopping one more time. Now that I have a little bit more gems to work with. It's always a good idea to stock up on as many potions as you can afford. You can carry up to 9, and I currently have 6. I'm going to try to avoid using one in the hopes that an enemy later on will drop some hearts for me. Anyway, to the southwest. And we arrive at the Pumpkin Fields. This is a good place to go ahead and demonstrate some of our weapons. You can use the fireball to light enemies on fire, and they'll eventually take some fire damage. And where are all these things coming from? Look, there's like a conga line of them right now. There we go. So yeah, I really like the fireball because you just have to hit them once, wait for them to ignite, and then, yeah. Not much to them. Makes it easier to fight them, certainly. And yeah, we also picked up the Silky Ring, which lets us whip our hair faster. Always handy. And here's another warp pedestal, but this one doesn't connect with the one that we saw earlier. No, this is going to connect with one further south of where we're going. Watch out for these scarecrows. They are also highly flammable. Anyway, let's go ahead and see the pike ball in action next. A spinning orb that sometimes hits enemies. It does about the same amount of damage as your hair, so you can use this to quickly dispatch enemies that are in a close vicinity. And this enemy is rather precariously placed. I'm not sure how to get up there without getting hit. Watch where you're throwing those, buddy. Hey, safe guy. Alright, next up we'll try and have a look at the Storm Puff. This can be a little difficult to hit enemies with, particularly trying to get them positioned in such a way that it will actually hit someone. Of course, it also helps if I don't send it so far into the sky that it has no chance of hitting anyone. Let's see if we can get one closer to the ground. And we can hair whip it over as we can position it with our hair. Oh, we took out one of those. These things normally take 2 hits to defeat, but the Storm Puff, just 1. So head into this cave. Only enemies you'll encounter here are spiders and bats, any of which can be defeated in 1 hit with the pike ball, or just 1 hit of your hair. Still, it's handy to have around, because sometimes it'll spit around and hit your targets. Nice flower. Okay, continuing to the left. Duck to avoid getting hit by these arrows. And be a little more conscious of your positioning when you attack enemies. Okay, one more cave to get through. And it's the Desert Pass. This is the cave system that links you to all the other major areas in the desert. Got a couple of jars in here for some money and some magic. You definitely want to watch out for the bats here. They do tend to move a little fast. I didn't need that magic, but okay. Change it to a monkey here, and there's a little secret right up above. Yes, some more jars. With plenty of money dollars. Now, if we continue to the left from here, we'll find some men. We'll attack from here. No, here. What are you drawing in the sand there? I'm watching out for evil. Out in the distant mountains? Well, okay. Woo! You are a honey boom baladi. Was that English? I don't get to see many of your kind in the middle of the desert like this. Thanks? Anyway, before you head into this tent over here, continue to the left and you'll find some more magic jelly. Delicious! And inside the tent, we will find another one of those men. This one only has one eye, though. Kablooey! Who are you, Kapow? The Ammo Baron doesn't need another girlfriend. Bourgeois! What he does need is that run-down rat hole, Scuttletown. It's the perfect staging ground for my new campaign. My men will march across the land like 2 tons of tactical tin toy terror. Rat-a-tat! I don't think I like this guy. Hey, that's my home you're talking about. Hold up, girly girl. You got something for the Ammo Baron or not? Ammo Baron hasn't got all day. Yes, this is the guy who wants the deed to Scuttletown. Yeehaw! Blarity blue! I knew that old coot would knuckle under. I've got the deed to Scuttletown. That makes the new mayor me. The Ammo Baron! Click-clack. Wait for it. Kaboosh! Yeah, well, about that. All my friends live in Scuttletown, and we're pretty happy with the way things are. Don't you worry about a thing, sweetheart. We're all family now. In fact, with me as the new mayor, that makes you my official citizen. Put her there, soldier. And he gives us the passport. What's this? That there's your official Ammo Town passport and activity book. Be sure to color in all the pictures. What's Ammo Town? It's your town's new name. New mayor, new name. Makes sense. But don't worry. Now that you're my gal... Your gal? And I'm your official lordship, why don't you enlist into my private army? We even got an open-air shower. Splish splash. No thanks. I've got business to attend to. Far to the right of here. Where the exit is. Wee-oo! Boom! Shot down. Okay, sister, I get you. You look like a spry young thing. Why not train that bond at my private battle tower? It's citizens only. And it's ladies' night. Battle tower? Sure, you can't miss it, unless you don't use the map. Just flash them your passport. Make it to the top, and you get a prize. Tell him the Ammo Baron sent ya. I love how he tells you that you can't miss it, and then doesn't tell you where it is. I guess he's that sure of himself. But the simple fact is, it can be pretty easy to miss because of how convoluted this desert tends to be. Anyway, just head into this cave here. Back into the Desert Pass area. Again, watch out for the bats. They can be quite fast. Clear away these blocks and continue downward. Hitting these bats can be such a pain. Pike ball, please. Yeah, there's an enemy coming out of this hole here, which means there's probably a secret. Let's go check it out. Long, convoluted hallway, and it leads to some jars. With plenty of loot. Alright, let's make our way back. Continuing into the caves. More annoying bats. And here's the pathway we need. Here's our next desert area, and here's a new enemy. These little golem type things, they pack quite a punch, so you ideally want to attack them from a distance. Hit them with fire since they are pretty susceptible to it, and then just get a few hair whips in wherever you can. Faster hair whipping will definitely help as well. Whoa! Don't you look at me. He has quite a bit of reach on that arm of his as well, so watch out for that. Whoa! There we go. And this area is littered with them, so watch out. Okay, we're through that little mess. Hi, save guy. Ideally, you'll want to talk to him before moving on to this next area, because here is the battle tower. I'm sure there's going to be some sort of fun going on in here. Okay, and here is another one of those fellows. Name's Barracuda Joe, and this here's the battle tower. You got a passport? Yes, we got that from the ammo baron. Battle tower rules are simple. Entry fee is 20 gems. Clock starts once you pass through the door. Beat the clock and you win. Also, lots of folks die trying, so I hope you save first. I'm sure we'll be fine. You sure you're ready? Sure I am. Let's do this. Okay, you're ready to go. There's that term again. Knock 'em dead. And so we go through the doorway, and it begins. As he said, this is a race against the clock. All you gotta do is get to the top of the tower as fast as you can. What this basically is a big enemy gauntlet. You'll be facing off against several of the minor enemies as you battle your way to the top. And you're want to get through here as quickly as you can, because time can get pretty tight, particularly as you get farther to the top. You'll get a chance to pick up another 30 seconds in between each floor, and there are 10 floors in all, plus one final showdown at the top. But do try and take these things out as quickly as you can, because you want to save as much time as you can. It's a pretty simple task, really, but it's pretty easy to mess this up. Just make sure you got plenty of time towards the end. And, yeah. You'll get a chance to refill your hearts and magic as well in between each floor, but if you got the magic filled, then that shouldn't be too much of an issue. Be sure to pick up plenty of items before you come here. The more you have, the better. Pike Ball is wonderful for this place. Not so wonderful for this place are these annoying golems. Some of these particular scenarios will have you getting pretty close to these enemies, closer than comfort would dictate. This next room isn't too bad, just some simple platforming. This tower needs more rooms like this, really. Could save so much time there. Okay, 5th floor. Here comes the pike ball. Ugh. Those golems always make me a little nervous. And now it's time for some knights, like the ones that we saw back in the first labyrinth. Let's whip this cloud over there. Oi, die already! Eesh, I hate these knights. They are so durable. But we're doing alright so far. Still managed to keep the clock at 3 minutes going into floor 6. Just a bunch of slimes on this floor. Pike ball will help here. These slimes are more durable than they look. Also, I wouldn't concern yourself too much with trying to get all the gems on each floor. There will be plenty of attempts later on that you can make to get those. If you were so inclined. Alright, 7th floor. Let's go ahead and use the fire. And see if we can get a little extra damage in on these things. Urgh, get out of the way. Pike ball, please. Ugh. It can be a little troublesome having to touch the screen to select the item that you want. It makes it a little hard to pick stuff on the fly. And yeah, I am getting a little reckless here because I just want to make sure that I'm getting through this with enough time. Ugh. Oh boy. Good, 2 hearts. Doing okay so far. Time for some more platforming. This is just like the one we saw back at the 4th floor. Didn't need that magic, but okay. Okay, 9th floor. So yeah, there's not really much else I could say about this other than get through this as quickly as you can, and wow, that's a lot of arrows. Ah! If you find yourself being too reckless and then charging straight into enemies, well then potions will definitely help as well, if the hearts that come out of these jars aren't enough for you. And you'll definitely want to make sure you've picked up that heart holder on the way back from the Lilac Fields. Okay, more of these guys. Hey, buddy, come over here. Into the electricity, please. Rude. Well, I'll be ready for your buddies. Electric Storm of Rage! Okay, and that one's already down. Now this one is blue. I'm not actually sure what makes it different. No, stay under the cloud, you... Well, there, you'll get shocked in the back anyway. There we go. They ate up a bit of time, but it's not that bad because that was the last floor. And now comes the final battle as we enter Room Skull. We have 2 minutes and 20 seconds to finish this thing out, so here we go. Now you'll face off with every minor enemy in the game all at once. Well, not all at once, but one behind the other. You face one, then you face the next, then you face the next, and etc., etc. Like so. Go ahead and bust out my pike ball. Keep an eye on your health during this last part. It can be pretty easy to lose track of how much health you have left while you're trying to fend off all these guys. Should be getting close now. Ugh. Don't like the archers. Ah. Okay, better go ahead and use one of my potions. The Oh god, joy the golems. This part does get pretty frantic. And now it's time for you guys again. Come on, Stormpuff, just a little closer. Oh, apparently those things can go down the floor. How about that? I'm learning something new every day. Whoa! There we go. Should be just one more left. And there we go, we are done. 43 seconds left on the clock as we go into the final room. This is a pretty frantic minigame. What is our prize? The... what? The magic seal? That's right, ladies and gentlemen. This was technically the second labyrinth of the game. It awards you with the magic seal, the key item that you've been trying to get in the game. Honestly, when I first found out about this, I felt a little gypped. I was expecting that this was going to lead us the way to the second labyrinth, but nope, this is the second labyrinth. Looks like we've got a winner. Let's see what you found up there. What's that? A magic squeal? I thought the Ammo Baron only kept valuable treasures up there. Just junky junk. That's literally all that was up there. Shoot, that's embarrassing. Tell you what, we've got other stuff up there too, like actual cash prizes. Something worth something. So come back anytime for a rematch, and I'll set you up with some real prizes you can use. We'll track your best scores and all that. Really make it worth your while. And just so there's no hard feelings, here, take this. And he gives us the forest key. No idea what that thing's for. Looks old, like something a wood sprite would use to wind their watch with, or some dumb thing. Take it, it's yours. Thanks, Barracuda Joe. You're a lifesaver. Kiss. Don't say kiss to me unless you're actually giving me a kiss. Oh, the joys of text. Otherwise, it's just words, okay? Okay. Kiss! Okay, you're doing it again. Get going. And be sure to hit a save room, first stop on the left. And with that, yeah, we just got ourselves the second seal. Let's go ahead and take care of that saving, though. But before we can do so, we're going to have a little visitor. Risky Boots! I had a feeling you'd show up. I'm afraid my patience for you is starting to wear thin. Why don't you hand over both magic seals now, and save you and your dear uncle from any further unpleasantness? Never! Fine, we'll do this the hard way. You'll both beg for mercy. In the end, you'll see. And again, she shows up and asks for the seals, is declined, and then flees. Really, Risky, what is the point of these appearances of yours? Anyway, that about wraps things up for this part. I'm going to go ahead and hit the save room. We'll probably come back to the battle tower and see what else you can dig out of it in a future part. Stick around for that, and we'll start making our way towards the third magic seal. Wow, we are really flying through this game, aren't we? Anyway, I'll see you next time.